Hi and welcome to the show. My guest today is an American-born Senegalese R&B and hip-hop recording artist, songwriter, and record producer. He's also a very successful entrepreneur. What's the lessons that you want to put out to young musicians coming out? What are the kind of examples you want to show and to lead with to help them make their name in the business and not to be exploited? A lot of young artists are exploited as well, especially out of Africa. Their music is exploited, they're not paid properly. What are the lessons that you would want to impart to them?
Well, I mean, the first thing is have a passion for it and love to do it, not just because of what you think it brings. Because what you think it brings is not quite what it actually brings. There's a lot more to it that they don't really realize. It's a lot of work put in. And more than anything, learn the business. You got this huge name, well known all over the world, but then you can barely pay your bills. And that becomes the sad part of it. But the music business itself is a huge business, very, very fruitful if you understand how it actually works.
Just tell me a little bit about the investments that you've made and why you chose those particular sectors.
Yeah, so my main investment in Africa is really into infrastructure. But we started with energy. Energy is pretty much power supply ultimately in the rural areas, because the rural areas is the heartbeat of Africa, so we're in 14 countries as of right now, lighting up, which will over exceed, the projections that we had. So, I mean, it's been amazing. So where are we going with it so far? And it's only getting bigger and bigger.
One of the things that peace hinges on is good leadership.
Yep.
We have a serious problem of that in Africa and pretty much across the whole continent. What can we do to improve leadership on this continent? Because I don't see peace happening without that.
Yeah, actually I agree with you. I think the leadership is key. But ultimately we just have to create and really enforce a democracy that the people actually govern. Because we choose who go into power. But if you have one leader for the last 25, 30 years, there's only one thought, one concept, one idea, and you can never grow from that. And people are used in positions to want to grow. So when you're in a position where you're stagnating and you can't grow, it creates frustration and it creates conflict. And before you know it, everything goes left.
Akon, the show is called The Scoop. I know it's very difficult, someone in such a, with such a big public profile as yourself, to tell me something about you that very few, if any, people know. Anything that you can share with me?
Well, a lot of people don't know that I'm a...
Akon, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
I really appreciate it.
My man.
Really, really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And,